Welcome to the third part in our understanding of the business life cycle. A reminder that understanding this framework gives you a key competitive advantage for understanding your business, your team as they go through their journey within your business, and if you're in B2B sales, understanding where your clients sit, therefore targeting the ideal clients for you or having an ideal conversation with them about their emotions and their needs. Business, especially private enterprise, is an emotional journey. Often it can feel like we're stuck in a brick wall. If that's you, if you are stuck wading through molasses, trying to find the justification to get out of bed every day, to keep the business going despite all of that emotion that's sitting on your shoulders, I say, congratulations. Half of all businesses that start in Australia fail to clear that first speed bump. They fail to get the revenue and momentum they need to get their business actually up and running. And then many more going through that scale-up phase over 5 or 10 years will trip over a hurdle. They'll build up such a freight train, uncontrolled growth, that the business will implode before they even get a chance to really nurture it and to get the profit that they need out of it. If you are down here in the step-up phase, stuck in a brick wall, then you have survived those two elements that kill a majority of Australian businesses, and that's why congratulations are in order. But you know, you can't wallow in that congratulations for too long because we've got to get you out of that brick wall as quickly as we possibly can. And on average, I find businesses after 15 to 20 years are stuck in this space. They long for the good old days. They remember what it was like back here and they want to go backwards. And unfortunately, we can't go backwards in time. We can only go forward. So how does it feel? Well, apathy can start to kick in. Your business is your baby, but it's hard to love it like you used to when it's kicking you in the guts every day instead of helping pick you up and energize you. And that apathy, combined with the frustration and stress that's been building, can give way to despair. And I see a lot of great Australian businesses, and even around the world when I work in other countries, and they've got businesses that go through exactly the same journey, where the business owner shuts the doors on an operation, not because it's not profitable, not because it's not successful, but just because emotionally they couldn't face the prospect of having to walk through those front doors one more time. If you've ever felt like that, if you're feeling like that, understand that that is actually a very normal and natural feeling for a business owner at this point in the business life cycle. The reason it may not feel normal is because if you go to conferences, if you read articles on websites and all of those kind of things, they get all the la-di-da pretty boys who are in scale-up phase and everything's relaxed and fun and euphoric. And they're the poster childs of how to be successful in business, which is a complete crock of shit. Because getting you out of here, you who have survived that scale-up implosion that they haven't even faced yet, you are success in business, just doesn't feel like that. We need to get you out of that. We need to shift you from despair, at the very least, into optimism, into realizing that you can make changes in your business. You can take those little baby steps forward to pull yourself out of the brick wall, to start climbing back up this energy journey and to head towards the next phase in the business life cycle. So if you're down here, what is it you need to do? Well, it's not big, fancy, overarching strategy. We need to get down into the nitty-gritty, start to release the energy, release the stuff that's sitting in your business. I call it business by design. It's unpicking a lot of the key decisions you made that worked for you in the past, but aren't working for you now. And this covers the whole range of the Business Depot way. Go back to episode 50 and watch it in some detail if you want to understand all of the different decisions you've made successfully that maybe you need to review and look at. Almost certainly there are 2 or 3 of those that got you to a great place in the past but are now holding you back. You need to make some different decisions. Step 2, R&R, roles and responsibilities to give you rest and relaxation. Again, we've done a Blackboard Fridays episode. We've gone into some detail about all the different aspects of roles and responsibilities. But the key point is this. At this stage in the business life cycle, you are probably holding on to too much. You've got too much experience to be doing a lot of the tasks that you're doing, and you need to start letting go of those into your team in order to grow. Managing the step-by-step process of doing that so that your team are energized and the business can do it profitably and successfully can take a little bit of time, but is well worth the investment you need to make. And then the third key priority for a business in the step-up phase, stuck in that brick wall, needing to step up and face the new challenges, is undertaking a product and market refresh. You have a massive competitive advantage based on those decades of experience in business, something that all of these startups don't have with all their joyful, enthusiastic energy. You've got an opportunity to do the best of what they do with a much better understanding of the market that you've got in front of you. And if you can evolve your product and service and take that out to the market in a new way, along with those internal changes that you're making, that's what creates the optimism for you and the energy to take you through to the next, the fourth, the sell-up phase of the business life cycle. Now, lastly, if you're selling into a step-up business, and there are many, many businesses in this brick wall across the world. It's a great target client to have if you understand their needs and their motivation. They're not going to jump at the big fancy la-di-da. They're going to jump at practical, realistic and meaningful. And if you can communicate to them how your solution can slowly but surely get them out of that brick wall, then you are going to be head and shoulders above so many other businesses that are trying to be all things to all people. Understand that this is a painful phase for a business owner to be in. But they didn't start a business because they were scared. They started a business because they were courageous, because they were willing to take risks. And the next risk they're going to take is changing what used to work in order to create a better future for them and their team.